Hello everyone, welcome to SUDOSpeak. Last post I actually talked about lazy project managers and what constitutes a lazy project manager. So this time I want to talk about strategies to deal with lazy people in general, so this time specifically about project managers. So the first point I made in the last post was that they don't respond to requests for information. There have been a lot of situations, and I'm sure you can extend this beyond any kind of project manager issue. People don't respond all the time to emails. They don't respond to every phone call that you make. So you have to sometimes go into their office and actually talk to them. And for engineers, this is a hard task because most engineers tend to be very, kind of focused on their desk and their monitors. And if I don't get it in email, it doesn't exist. But you need to go walk over and talk to these people. And find out essentially what you need to know. And when you do that, you can't just assume there's going to be an immediate response, because they may not actually have the information you are looking for. So you have to go over and say, okay, this is what I need. When can you have that information to me? And get a response. It wouldn't even kill you at the end to send an email to them and possibly the team and say, okay, this is what I need. This is what day you said you were going to give it to me, therefore I look forward to seeing it from you. And you can word it nicer than that. The next thing was that they come noticeably unprepared to meetings. And my suggestion to kind of combat this is, when you're about to have a meeting, you know what you want to have discussed. So go over to your project manager, and this might, if they do respond to emails, send them an email. But otherwise you may need to go again, walk over to their desk and say, what were you planning on doing for the meeting today? Or, sorry, in the next couple days. Do this a couple days ahead of time, otherwise they're still going to be unprepared. So you ask them what were their plans, and if they look at you with this blank stare, that's your time to go up to them and say, okay, well let me tell you what I need. I need these 5 things discussed. So if you can include those in the agenda, that would be fantastic. Then go back to your desk, shoot an email out to the whole team and say, okay, everyone, we're going to have a meeting in 2 days. I mentioned to this project manager that I need these things discussed. Does anyone have anything I need to add to this meeting agenda so that we can get the meeting done faster? People respond, keep the list. And when it comes time, the day of the meeting, see if they have an agenda. And ask them, just say, hey, did you get all those points written up so we have an agenda for the meeting? And if not, print out every email so that you're ready to go. Bring it with you. And what that enables you to do is enables you to start the meeting, to hold the meeting, and to complete the meeting yourself without the care that they aren't doing anything, because in reality, they haven't. But at least the meeting gets done in a timely fashion and you have your goals accomplished. So the next thing was that they behave reactively rather than proactively, and this is exactly the same solution. You have to be a little micromanaging with this. You know what you need done, and so you go over and you say, okay, this is what I need, and I need it by this date. If they don't agree with that, you need to establish a mutually agreed upon date, and then a day or so before that, do a quick checkup. Hey, did you get this done for me? I need it tomorrow. Because really, it's all up to you to make sure that they get things done when they're not willing to do it for themselves. So then the last point was that they're unresponsive unless the boss calls or boss emails, or you actually go in person. And beyond going in person to rectify this issue, really your only recourse is potentially, if it gets bad enough that they are ignoring enough of your emails and not answering your questions, you may need to actually go to their boss and say, hey, if I send you an email, will you send this question to them for me? Because this is the only way I get a response. And that's a perfectly legitimate way to do it. You are going above their heads. But by the time this has happened, they have shown that you going directly to them is meaningless to them. And so you do need to go above their head, because obviously you can't make someone do something they don't want to do. So put a little fire under their butt and see what you can get done. So that's what I have for you today. I'm going to talk a little bit later about other methods to deal with not just project managers, but lazy people in general, and what things you can do to try and fix the situation. So yeah, if you have any questions, points, leave them in the comments. Thank you very much.